Warning: the views and beliefs in the following program does not reflect the views of Boom Broadcasting. We give full creative control to our creators and do not believe in cancel culture. Viewer discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, don't be sour. The Nightcap is here tonight on Boom Broadcasting.
Live from the MOWM studio, Boom Broadcasting presents The Nightcap. And your host of The Nightcap, mouthing off with Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nightcap here on Boom Broadcasting, hosted by yours truly. Yes, it's me. Yes, it's me. It's M-I-K-E. It's mouthing off with Mike here in the building. And of course, you know how we like to do on Monday nights after Raw. I've got the Prez of Boom Broadcasting here on the Nightcap. I've got Michael Davis. How are we doing tonight, Prez? How are you?
Bro, it is so good to be back because what a Monday Night Raw we had. And I don't know how we're going. Dude, what?
What?
It wasn't booty, that's for sure.
It was not booty tonight on Monday Night Raw. I will say last week, Monday Night Raw, I'm a little salty at you, Triple H. I'm a little salty at you, WWE. I was in attendance.
This Raw. You could have had this Raw.
I could have had this Raw, but no. I get last week's Raw. It was a good, it was a solid Raw. It was fun, the Mrs. Kayfabe Keith. We had a good time. But tonight's Raw was levels above last Monday's Raw. And Mike, let's be real here. There was no better way to kick off the Raw tonight than with CM Punk. Ladies and gentlemen, I see Mike got his hoodie on too. He's got his best in the world hoodie. Make sure you go check out the link in the description of the episode. Get you a little Fanatics affiliate link here. Help Boom Broadcasting. Get you some wrestling merch, maybe some sports merch. You can get all your Christmas shopping done in one place. Go check out the link in the description here. Fanatics affiliate link. Yeah, not Black Friday. It's Cyber Monday deals going on right now. So hit the link in the bio. Get you some new gear, Prez. What do you say? What do you say to that? Pretty good.
Hey,
pretty good plug.
Pretty good plug. Get your stuff. And hey, this is a treat to you guys for Christmas. Like, this was a treat for us, for wrestling fans tonight.
No, it's facts. It's facts, ladies and gentlemen. Monday Night Raw. Great Monday Night Raw, Mike. Big promo work tonight to kick off Raw. First 30 minutes, commercial free. Much like the Nightcap, we're commercial free here for the most part. CM Punk doing a little talking. We love it. It's great to be alive and in living color in Everett, Washington. You got to love a good CM Punk cheap pop. You also got to love that CM Punk accidentally retweeted someone on Twitter during Raw for the first time in years. Yeah, CM Punk was on Twitter today. Got caught. The fans on Twitter caught him. But also gave a little point to the invisible WrestleMania sign. So it's clear, Mike. CM Punk, eyes set on the main event of WrestleMania 41, Las Vegas. What do you think?
Well, if you remember last year, he cut a very similar promo. He returned at Survivor Series, came back that next Monday and was like, I'm looking at WrestleMania. I'm looking at world titles. He calls out Cody. He called out Roman last year. This was a very similar promo to set up probably what we should have had last year. It looked very similar to the build we were getting up until a certain injury.
God damn triceps injury. You hate to see it, ladies and gentlemen. That's not all that took place here tonight on Monday Night Raw. Mike, it looks like the visionary, the former architect, the current Seth frickin' Rollins had a little bit to say here to CM Punk. Yes, I got the visual aids tonight, brother. Man, this was, I don't even know how to say this. This was awesome. Best way to say it. This was a great interaction between these two. Throw in some wild haymakers, the two of them, Punk and Seth, getting broken up by Sammy and Jay. What did you think about this here overall between these two? And what did you think about what Sammy had to say about this?
Oh my goodness. Like, dude, I mean, just look at that picture. Seth's agitated and CM Punk is just so nonchalant. This is dude, like this first 30 minutes when I heard Raw was going to be a commercial free for 30 minutes, I'm like, okay, how many video packages are we going to get? But no, they used 41 minutes commercial free and they use it to its full ability. Like, we are getting a Seth Rollins heel turn, and we planted the seeds. It's very Drew McIntyre-esque. Like, why was Drew upset? Okay, but now why is Seth upset? Seth isn't upset because, he's like, oh, I just want to be a bad guy now. No, Seth has a reason to turn heel. Seth's like, I'm not teaming with Roman. I spent so long trying to tear down that empire. I'm not going to help it stand. And guess what? CM Punk comes in as a favor to Paul Heyman to help Roman Reigns. And now Seth has beef with CM Punk. But now Seth's like, oh, wait, Jey Uso, you teamed with him. Sami Zayn, you teamed with him. And now I have a problem with all of you.
I mean, listen, Sami Zayn got this, man. He nailed this man right down. He said, look, Seth, you created the monster. You created this monster 10 years ago when you took that chair and you put that chair to the back of Roman Reigns. You created this. And you could see it right there on Seth's face. Seth was like, no, living in denial about it. Like, no, I didn't create this. This isn't on me. Seth, I'm here to tell you, this is on you, Oos. You did this. You caused this, my man. You caused Roman Reigns to become the man, or I should say, the chief that we know now is because of you. And the fact that he can no longer trust anyone because you burned that bridge for him, which I thought was a great highlight. You're taking things that happened 10 years ago, intertwining it with things that happened a year ago, and intertwining it with things that are happening right now.
Dude, and that's what's great about it. Like, I remember so much watching the Vince McMahon days, and Vince would quickly make you forget. Like, you could be watching somebody on TV one week, Big Show, let's throw that name out there, and the very next week he's changed from a babyface to a heel just because Vince put the card together 30 minutes before the show. Like, that's what we had to deal with.
Big facts.
And it was gross. It was like, wow, why am I even watching week to week? Now I gotta watch next week.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's no, it's Monday Night Raw. It's can't miss TV. It's irony enough or whatever you want to call it. That's the tagline. Can't miss television. And tonight, man, this was can't miss. I would have been pissed if I missed Raw tonight, and I would have been seeing it on social media what took place. Shout out to Podcast Mini. Ooh. Shout out to Nitram. Best Raw in weeks. Yeah, you're damn right, brother. Shout out to ZWC. Punk Rollins, sign me up. Shut up and take my money. Absolutely. Shut up, take my money. You can have it. We've got a Mac Davis crash out tonight here on the Nightcap. Triple H is a dumb prick. New Days' heel was worse than anything Vinnie Mac screwed up. If Mommy goes to AEW, he's done with WWE. Mac, we're going to talk about it. I promise you it'll all make sense at the end of the show. Don't worry. We got you. Podcast Mini, another great comment here from our host of Quick Hits here. Number one rule of great heel work is the character to be justified why he's not a heel. Now, this is facts. It is. We saw it with Drew, like you said. We're seeing it with Seth. A heel turn that is justified is kind of wild. It is a weird subcategory of wrestling characters now where it's like, this guy's justified in what he's saying, but like he's doing it in the worst way possible.
We saw not one but two heel turns tonight.
We saw a lot of heel turns tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think Gunther's a babyface? And problem is New Day turned heel and Seth and Drew versus CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Logan, if we get Seth and Drew versus Punk and Roman Reigns, I don't know. I don't even know how to react to that. That'd be I stepped into the wrong universe, multiverse. We stepped into somebody messed up the time machine. Somebody effed up the space time continuum. If we get Punk and Roman as a team
That would
against
be
Drew and Seth,
Seth and
be
Drew
wild.
might actually happen.
That
Like Seth and Drew might be a tag team versus Punk and
I would
maybe
much rather
Sammy or
see. I would much rather see Seth and KO as like just they absolutely can't deal with it and they just lose their minds because KO's there. And I mean, once KO is done with Cody, you got to figure he's going to be looking at Sammy. Like, Sammy, come on, bro. You know, look what happened back in January last year. Now you're back with these clowns. Like, come on, Sammy. You know better than that. It's good stuff here, man.
you know better.
It
Way too much good happened tonight on Raw.
way too much good happened tonight. We got Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan versus Damage Control. Raquel actually won a match tonight. Shocked, absolutely shocked, Mike. Not a fan of Damage Control losing. I'm sure Logan James is also not a fan of this, but I guess you got to keep Raquel and Liv powerful.
Yeah, like you had them lose at Survivor Series. You needed a win to keep them up, and giving it to Raquel was huge. I mean, she almost retired due to her health concerns last year. And now that she's back and she's in a prominent role, Rhea Ripley's not going to AEW next week because Rhea Ripley's got Raquel Rodriguez next week. So,
She does.
like, it's dude,
Finally, not to
so
cut you off,
good.
but finally, that match should have happened on the way to Crown Jewel, on the way to Survivor Series, not
last week when
after.
you were there.
Yeah, last week when I'm fucking there. Like, you know, I got absolutely screwed last week. But no, real talk though. Raquel and Rhea should have happened weeks ago. I think we're a few weeks behind on this.
Yeah, we'll see what comes about with next week because Io Sky has Liv Morgan at Saturday night's main event. Rhea just pinned Liv at Survivor Series, so they're lining things up for Liv Morgan over the next couple months.
Oh yeah, Liv Morgan's gonna have some problems. She's gonna have to really keep her focus on that Women's World Championship, like Finn Balor told her earlier tonight on Raw. We they chunked it up tonight for us, Mike. They put the women's segments right back to back, double women's matches, chunked it up. And we finally got our first look at the Women's Intercontinental Championship tournament. Tonight, we got Shayna, Dakota, and Katana Chance. I wanted Shayna to win this match, Mike. And I'm a little upset about it.
No, you shouldn't be upset about it because Dakota Kai won. Dude, we've had, well, first of all, Katana Chance, no offense, wasn't going to win this match. Shayna Baszler has her claims to fame. Like, she's had, WrestleMania. She's had the NXT women's title. Dakota Kai's got nothing to sink her teeth into. And every time it feels like she's about to get somewhere, she gets hurt. And so for Dakota Kai to win this and advance to the finals, or advance to the semifinals, rather, I don't know if she's going to wrestle Raquel. I don't know if she's going to wrestle Zoe Stark. But, dude, give me Dakota Kai going all the way in this tournament. I feel like she would be a perfect inaugural Intercontinental Champion for the women's division.
All right, I'll let you slide on the Dakota Kai. I'll give you that. So we know Dakota Kai has moved on. Next week we're getting Lyra, Zelina, and Ivy. So if you were to kind of put on your bracketology hat for us, Mike, and a little we're a couple months, before March Madness, but who do you got coming out of the Lyra, Zelina, Ivy match?
Well, hopefully doesn't bust my bracket, if you will. But I think Lyra Valkyria would be a really good one because I'm looking at that side of the bracket, and if it ends up at Saturday night's main event, Lyra Valkyria or even a Kairi Sane or a Natalia, they could go to the finals and make it memorable for Dakota Kai to win.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go on the other side of this. Give me Zelina Vega coming out of that match next week. Love to see Zelina Vega get an opportunity at this Women's Intercontinental Championship. What do you think between Alba, Kairi, and Natty? Who do you got coming out of that?
Dude, it's tough between Kairi and Natalia. If it is Dakota Kai, it would be nice to see Dakota Kai versus Kairi Sane. But
Logan James right there with you.
Okay, Logan. Hey, I'll go with Logan. Logan's usually not wrong.
No, yeah, Logan's been on the ball, dude. He's been cooking. All right, so you're gonna take Kairi. I'm gonna go with Natty. I think Zelina versus Natty, and then on the last side of the bracket here, we'll call it the bottom left. You got Zoe, Raquel, and Kaden. I'm gonna say Raquel comes out of that.
Yeah, I would. Well, if Raquel,
I mean, it would have to make sense.
Well, Raquel, would you want her to lose clean to Dakota Kai, or would you want Zoe Stark to just pin Kaden Carter and move on?
That's an interesting. That's a very interesting quandary. Oh, good points. Good points, Mike. Prez making points. I don't know. That's tough. I'd say you got to go. I think you just got to go Raquel.
Right. Raquel
feels right. And then I think you could get Dakota to win by the skin of her teeth.
Yeah, maybe Rhea Ripley cost her the match.
That's a very valid point, especially next week with Raquel and Rhea. So who's your finals? Who's fighting for this thing?
Hey, I'm sticking with Logan. I'm going Dakota Kai, Kairi Sane, and Dakota Kai wins.
I like it. I mean, I'm not mad at that. I'm gonna go Dakota Kai. As much as I love her, as much as I want to see her in this opportunity, I'm gonna go Natty in the finals, and I'm gonna give the IC championship to the boat, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Natalya as the first women's intercontinental champion.
You can be entitled to that opinion for the next couple weeks.
Okay. And who you got?
Dakota Kai. Bro, Dakota Kai.
Dakota?
Yeah.
All right, you're going Dakota. All right. All right. I respect it. I like it. What did you think about the triple threat, though, tonight with Dakota, Shayna, and Katana Chance? I thought Katana looked pretty solid in this.
Yeah, and especially like not using the protective mask anymore. It was really, really helpful. Just to see her in singles action away from Kaden Carter. This was the first time we've ever really seen her spotlighted. And I thought she, hung really well, especially with Shayna and Dakota. It didn't feel like they were picking up anything that Katana was missing. So, yeah, I'd actually like to see more single stuff from Katana Chance.
Me too. I mean, and we're gonna get a little taste of it next week with Kaden. In a couple weeks with Kaden Carter getting some singles opportunities. So I'm not opposed to either of these, to be honest with you. I mean, me personally, I got to go Natty because I think Natty is way too good and way too underrated to not be in this position. But like Dakota Kai is a great choice. Kairi Sane is also a really good choice, and so is Zelina Vega. I mean, I think overall, talent-wise, they picked the right talent.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Yeah. This was a really solid bracket that they put together. And I'm excited to see how it unfolds in the next few weeks.
I mean, we don't know where this is concluding. We don't know. They didn't say Saturday night's main event. They didn't. So we don't know where this is.
What about Raw debut on Netflix?
I feel like is that too far? Let's see. All right. So there's 4 triple threats. We've got one happened already. Another one's happening next week. Then there's a 1 week after that. Then there's the week after that. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that falls in line with the Raw on Netflix. I think that falls in line on the Raw on Netflix. I think you're right on the money there. Yeah, solid stuff here tonight. I would have liked Shayna to advance, but I guess, Mike, you make a valid point. She's done a lot. She's had her moments, and I guess maybe it's time for someone else to get those moments.
Dakota Kai.
I mean, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. But I would be mad if, Raquel Rodriguez ended up winning.
You would?
I mean, I'd be a little pissed if Raquel won. Like, let's be real here. Out of the list of women that we just talked about, after all them women we just went through, Natty, Kairi Sane, Zelina, Zoe, Dakota Kai, I just don't see her as a believable first IC champ. Like, let's be real here. Come on.
I mean, hey, if she is, I'm not going to tell her to her face that she's not.
No, that's valid. I'm not saying shit. I'm not saying nothing. I don't need no problems. I don't need no problems from the Liv Morgan's enforcer. I'm good, dog. ladies and gentlemen, this is your time. Get it out. Let the tears flow. It's okay. It's all right. We're with you. We're with you. We are here. We are here with you. Because tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the New Day celebrate 10 years of being a tag team here. We're going to leave those bootios right there. If you want a funny story about that box of bootios, I'll tell it to you. But first, we got to talk about the sad parts of this segment tonight. Mike, I'm not okay. Big E, looking like $1 million, looking like a stud, coming out, trying to talk some sense into Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods here tonight, trying to talk some sense into these boys, and no sense was spoken whatsoever. I thought, you heard me say this, I thought Woods was going to hit the steel chair on Big E and end this whole thing and wrap this up. I thought Big E was getting a chair shot to the back tonight. Festival of Friendship, Shield Betrayal, fill in the blank, whatever you want to call it. That's what I thought we were getting. No, tonight we got emotional damage. Talk to the people.
Well, I know the comment section is blowing up. A decade of positivity. People upset, namely my dad, with I kid you not. I have seen my dad on the highest of highs, the lowest of lows. He sat with me through a lot of Vinnie Mac bookings, but he was very upset about tonight. He is very upset. I was like, wow, part of my dad just died today. With the New Day. But I will say this.
What?
I am not going to say this is a bad move. Because there's a couple things. One, Triple H has not let us down with any story, especially a long-term story that he's told. I will say I got on the emotional roller coaster when Big E's like, I'm coming back every week to manage you two. I was like, okay, now we're getting
back
somewhere. And then Woods was like, no, you left us. You don't get to come back. Again, heels having a reason for the change. And then all of a sudden, it was like Kofi was like, actually, Woods, you finally make a good point. He did betray us. He did leave us. And not only that with the injury, but Big E was the one who like got drafted away from the New Day, and Big E went on to win the Money in the Bank and win the WWE title. And it was like, okay, Big E's getting this solo push. Kofi and Xavier are just left as the tag team. When Vince McMahon did that, I feel like that's when New Day like died. So the last 2-3 years, it's been a shell of its former self. So how do you get them back? You either A, split them up and take much, much longer to get them back. All three of them back, which would be so hard to do. Or you have Xavier and Kofi stay together. They got new juice in them by turning heel tonight and having a common ally or a common enemy, if you will. And they finally see eye to eye. They can be on the same page. They can start winning. They can start feuding with new tag teams. And it's not going to feel like the same old New Day. But I feel like this heel turn isn't going to be permanent. I feel like this heel turn is going to set up whatever we get. Like, if Big E is to come back, then this is going to be huge when Big E convinces them to turn babyface.
If Big E is not, if he's cleared, let's leave it at this. I'm gonna say this. If Big E does end up getting cleared within the next couple months, the match that should happen is a triple threat between the three of these guys. I know that sounds absolutely bonkers, but let's be real here. There should be a triple threat with the New Day. They should, all three of them should get in that ring. If this is how we're going to do it, if Woods and Kofi are ended up, they're going to go on their own. Big E's left on the side, looking in the window as it rains outside while the fray overplays in the background. You found me, or over my head. Listen, it's like a fucking early mid 2000s episode of One Tree Hill. You know what I'm saying?
Tree Hill. We just got the One Tree Hill reference.
Shut up. He's mad.
I missed
silly.
you. I missed you.
Silly. He's mad silly. He's been waiting for me to drop on One Tree Hill. Nah, for real though. Real talk here. I called it. I fucking called it, baby. I said it. I said, wouldn't it be something if this whole thing where we're teasing Woods is going to be a heel turns into Kofi and Woods as heels together, heel New Day. I just didn't expect them to blame Big E and him breaking his neck for the thing that gets them back on the same page. I did not expect to hear, you broke your neck. So what? What about us?
Well,
Dog.
bro, like you hear all the time, like, fans will be like, oh, this person returned from a neck injury, so everybody's going to return from a neck injury. That's not the case.
Retiring Kofi. Nitram, what?
Oh,
no.
Wow.
He ain't done yet.
He's on that WrestleCade hangover right now.
I'm not finished with Kofi Kingston in my life. No way. I'll be depressed.
No.
I already got to deal with John Cena retiring, and I'm going to be absolutely depressed at the end of 2025.
Yeah, we need to do mental wellness checks on you every couple of weeks over the next year.
You're going to need to definitely hit me with a mental check-in, because after tonight with the New Day, after what we got here with, oh my goodness, I don't know, man. I don't know. But listen, this was by far one of the best promos of 2024. And it's crazy because last week's promo with Woods and Kofi going at each other was another contender for top promo of the year. The passion last week, the passion this week, the hurt in Big E's face, dude. Big E's so underrated in my mind. Like, did you hear Joe Tessitore say that it's been 4 years since Big E wrestled? It's been 4 years.
Nearly.
But still,
it's 2021.
It was the summer of 21.
So about 3.5 years.
But that's crazy to think. That's insane to think about.
I really hope this isn't the end, and hopefully this is a story to be like, hey, Big E, we think you're on track to be medically cleared. They didn't attack Big E tonight, so that's why I feel like, hey, he's not medically cleared, but he might be on the path. And it gets him to be a baby face, and it keeps the New Day around a little bit longer, so you don't split up Kofi and Woods. I feel like this is our best hope at Big E returning.
I mean, whether it's the best hope for Big E returning, I preferred to see Woods go singles. He's never really gotten a shot. Like the poor guy's been in the WWE for what, over 10 years? And the guy never got a shot. He got 1, 2, maybe IC title shots and maybe 1 US title shot.
He was king of the ring.
Yeah, but he never got a shot. He never got a shot. He never got to hold the singles title.
My production crew, what happened to my Burger King crown?
Oh,
I was going to pull it out for my Woods.
No, you don't need it. You don't need it, bud. Listen, we don't need it. The New Day celebration tonight could go down, for me personally, could be right up there with the Shield betrayal and the Festival of Friendship. I think this is number 3 on that list for me personally. This was a top tier segment.
Why's my name on the list?
Why is my name on the list? Why is my name on the list? It's your day. That's a birthday card I got you.
Yeah, this is the birthday card you got.
That is
me.
the birthday. Card.
I kept it.
What a sweetheart. What a sweetheart. That was a good card. I pick good cards out.
You are a good friend.
I tried to find the one with the with the chicks on it, and then when you open it, it's like it's like a horse's ass. But like I still found one that I thought was nice.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what kind of ass I am.
I mean, you're
we'll figure this out later. Figure this out later.
You're a cute ass.
Hey,
yo. They're gonna
What else
question
happened
me
on Raw?
tonight.
I'm
What else happened on Raw?
getting on side.
Dirty Dom had himself a match against the Ring General Agunta. Solid little Agunta.
No.
I didn't get to see my handsome European Ludwig Kaiser. I saw him backstage. He had a jacket on. I didn't get to see the washboard abs. I was a little disappointed. Jealous of Tiffany Stratton. That's for damn sure. Listen, Dirty Dom, Gunta beats the shit out of Dirty Dom. And Finn Balor comes on out, hits him with a couple coup de grace, tells Dirty Dom, this is how you do it. This is how it's done. Got himself a world championship match at Saturday night's main event next Saturday, Mike. So what do you think here? Finn Balor and Gunther.
Dude, that's wild. Finn Balor getting a world title opportunity only means that Finn Balor's not winning the world title.
Only means Priest is costing him that match.
I mean, I get it. I understand. We'll probably get Gunther, Finn Balor, Damian Priest either at the Raw debut on Netflix or the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble's a little further away, a couple months.
Yeah.
But man, every time Finn Balor gets a world title opportunity, I wish I could take it seriously. But ever since the Universal title and having to drop it the day after, it's okay, now we're just giving the man a world title opportunity and we know it's not his time. That's what hurts the most. But I'm kind of curious because Adam Pearce alluded to Finn Balor defend his other title, the tag team titles. And I don't know who would step up. Would it be the War Raiders?
I would assume so. You could also make an argument that potentially, I think it's the War Raiders. I think it's got to be the War Raiders at that point, unless they decide to lean into it and they give the New Day a title opportunity next week. Heel New Day, cheat, win.
Heel New Day versus heel Judgment Day.
I mean, the Judgment Day's they got cheered tonight. Dom got cheered tonight, dude. So anything's possible. So the Judgment Day, I don't know what you want to call the Judgment Day, but Dirty Dom got cheered tonight for the first time in God knows when. Maybe when he was with Papa Mysterio and they were a tag team. I don't think Dom has, if that. So insane levels here tonight. We're gonna have to keep an eye on it, man. I think you got to go War Raiders next week. Put the straps on the War Raiders and let them run the tag division for a couple months. There's no reason as to why you wouldn't, especially if you're gonna focus on the Judgment Day story, which is clearly there's cracks. There's some big cracks forming there. So you got to assume something's cooking there.
Finn Balor's trying to get his leadership of Judgment Day. That's what's happening.
That he's trying to, have a little measuring contest, He's trying to have a little measuring contest. We're gonna have a measuring contest here on the Nightcap one night.
I think we're both 5'7", buddy. But who's taller, Pete Dunne or Butch? Oh wait, never mind.
Butch, dude, Butch. I don't know where Butch was, but I saw Pete Dunne versus R-Truth tonight. And I'm gonna leave this one up to you because I actually walked out to get ready for the Nightcap, so I actually did not see what happened in this match. So do you want to go ahead and do the honors here?
R-Truth, a mastermind is what he was called on commentary. Pete Dunne, got super in his head, and R-Truth gets the rolling small package win. So
I love R-Truth.
I'm
so happy.
It's pretty crazy. I can't wait for Pete Dunne to come out next week and be like, "Hey, that wasn't Pete Dunne who lost. That was Butch."
I didn't lose. Butch lost. I'm Pete. That's Butch.
It's like Ezekiel and Elias.
Oh no! Don't do that to me. Hey, shout out to Derek. Welcome in. Hello, happy Monday, everybody. Thinking about either the War Raiders, Kingston and Woods, or maybe a wild card American made to compete with Balor and McFunko. I was thinking American made, but American made has lost some matches recently. So I could also say maybe, since you mentioned it and I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking LWO. Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee. it's a possibility. They did beat American Made, they beat American Made last week, right? I was at that Raw and I don't even fucking remember.
Dude, I can't remember.
Damn.
This Raw was so good. This Raw was
so good. Made me forget last week's. WWE fans more and more chanting of damage control. Yeah, absolutely. Damage control's over, Logan. Damn it, I'm a big damage control guy. We're big damage control guys here. And a fantastic main event. Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins after the war of words to start Monday Night Raw. We conclude with a nice little main event match that got about 10 minutes. But Jey Uso was attacked backstage, Mike, and Sami thought it was Seth. So he got a steel chair. And Seth told him, well, maybe it was CM Punk. Sami said, I don't know what to do, and dropped the chair, and Seth rolled him up for the 1, 2, 3. What's up with that?
Well, I thought this was going to be a certain someone that would be revealed in a few weeks. Like Jey Uso got attacked. I'm like, okay, Seth did it. And then like throughout the match, I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Why would Seth just go ahead and, jump Jey Uso? What if there's a return? What if there was Solo, like, attacking him? But I'm like, no, Solo doesn't make any sense. Well, okay. If, Seth Rollins is upset about CM Punk teaming with Roman, who would be upset about somebody else teaming with Roman? And I was like, wait, who would be upset about them teaming up with CM Punk? And so I was like, maybe this is a way we introduce a certain Big Mac into the fray. And say his name. He appeared.
There he is.
Do you believe
in Drew McIntyre?
Man,
if I had a sword, I'd start slashing the air. Just
man, I remember riding in an elevator with Drew McIntyre. That's a big boy.
That's a big boy.
That's a big boy. That's a big boy. No measuring contest there.
In the words of Pat McAfee, that is a big son of a bitch.
He's about a foot taller than me, and
God,
if I was wearing shoes, probably 2 feet taller than me. I mean, this dude is huge. Sami Zayn got a huge Claymore at the end, which is nice. Like, we're getting a Seth heel turn. It looks like we've gotten a Kevin Owens heel turn. We're getting Drew McIntyre back, who still doesn't seem over all the CM Punk stuff, but it looks like we're trending towards a Punk versus Rollins, and we're trending towards a Kevin versus Cody. And then looking at, what we have elsewhere, Drew could really feud with Sami Zayn and Jey Uso in that realm. Because, hey, why would you team with Roman? And why would you team up with Roman Reigns? Because Drew's probably still pissed about Roman costing him the title. So many intricate layers of these stories. It's so good.
How the hell they were able to, without even skipping a beat, they tied in everything across both shows. Okay, let's kind of do the Charlie Day, It's Always Sunny, timeline here. So you have Roman Reigns, who, after everything is said and done, Sami Zayn turns on Roman Reigns last year because he's going to kill Kevin Owens with a chair. Kevin Owens and everything, they end up tag teaming. They go to WrestleMania. They win the titles at WrestleMania 39. And then fast forward, they're out of the bloodline. The bloodline is kind of on its own thing. And now you've got no Jey Uso. He leaves the bloodline. He quits. Now you're with Jimmy Uso, Solo, and Roman. You get The Rock involved. Now you're at WrestleMania. Cody wins the title after he calls up the Cody Vengers, Sammy and Kevin and Jay and John Cena and The Undertaker and everybody and their mother, literally including Mama Rhodes, is there, right? And now you're in this in-between time where we're like, WrestleMania is on the horizon. The Royal Rumble is about to be here. We're at Survivor Series. And now you're tying back in Roman and Cody and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. And now you've included CM Punk, Seth Rollins in the mix. And now you've got Drew back in the mix. So you have all of these kind of branches of this bloodline story that are now back flourishing, connected through one man, and that man is Roman Reigns. That's insane to say out loud. That's insane to say.
Bro, everything matters now. And that is the best part about wrestling, is because now we can introduce new fans and be like, hey, here's why you should watch. It's not just cool wrestlers doing, moves back and forth and trying to be athletic or trying to convince you that they're, hurting each other and bloodying each other up. No, this is like, there's real drama and there's entertainment that helps you, like, and I heard it said so well this past weekend. George South, if anybody remembers him, George South mentioned this Sunday morning. He was like, you can sum up a wrestler's job pretty simply. He's like, our job is to help you escape from thinking about work the next day, thinking about real life, thinking about all your problems. Like, that is a wrestler's job. And for so long, as wrestling fans, we would turn on the TV, we'd waste 3 hours of our lives, and the next week it wouldn't matter because everything was different. Now you have a real reason to look forward to sitting down with your family, like I do, at 8 o'clock on Mondays, watch 2 hours of Monday Night Raw, and get on the Nightcap and hang out with a good brother of mine and talk about what we just saw. Because this Nightcap, as much as I love you, this Nightcap would be pretty atrocious if we came on each week and we're like, oh, this match happened and we don't really know why that happened, and we like keep going on. But the fact that we get to keep coming on the Nightcap and we get to keep talking about this, and we get to sit with our families and watch week in, week out, see what happens next. Like, this is all I wanted as a wrestling fan, and we have it, and I love it.
Ain't that the truth, brother? Ain't that the truth? I don't know if I could sit on here on stream after a 3-hour Vince McMahon Raw and actually sit here and be like, yeah, it was good. This did that. Especially with some of the, I don't even want to think about it. That is why I'm very grateful that I am a content creator in this era of professional wrestling and not the era 4 years ago or 5 years ago, for that matter, 6 years ago, whatever you want to, call it. I would absolutely have loved to have been live on stream after the Shield breakup or the Festival of Friendship or some of those cooler moments. But on a random weekly Raw in October, November under Vince McMahon, I probably would have turned the TV off 3 times. Like, no doubt about it. Mike, you hit the nail on the head. Everything has meaning. And Triple H, whether he drags his ass on heel turns or whether he, does something one week and pushes it out for months later, it all ends up coming back and working at the end of the story. And that right there, that is what we want. I love watching wrestling, but I also like to be entertained. And Triple H has found that level of entertainment and wrestling that we want. So, hey, very good Monday Night Raw. Could it be a contender for Raw of the year? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Looks like Z just tagged me.
Just tagged
a video from Drew McIntyre. Oh, Drew McIntyre's pissed. And he said that everyone seems to have forgot what he's been saying these last couple months. So, shout out to ZWC for tagging me in that on Twitter. Drew McIntyre is back. CM Punk is back. Seth Rollins is back. Monday Night Raw was fire. And the Prez is back on the Nightcap. So, Prez, let's wrap up this Nightcap. Let's put a fork in it because she is done. What do you got coming down the pipeline this week for Boom Broadcasting, my good brother?
I just saw a YouTube comment come across the screen. Can I acknowledge this real quick? Because this is a crazy story from the weekend.
Is this right here?
This is the story.
All right.
Buddy. So I just went to WrestleCade. And, like, you're staying in the hotel and you're, like, seeing people. Like, I walked past Sting in the lobby. I rode down the elevator with Ricky Morton. I rode up in the elevator with Brad Attitude. Like, just the craziest stuff. I walked into the convention center and saw Sabu smoking a cigarette. This was the craziest thing that happened. We're over at a restaurant. I won't name the restaurant. and I won't put the bartender on blast, even though he should. But this is considered a soccer bar, and this dude has all the TVs except for like one on the exact same soccer game. And me and Dad are sitting there, enjoying our burger, and we see a couple of security guards, a sheriff walk in with a certain nature boy, and all the nature boy wants to do is watch a football game because it's about to be 1:00. And the bartender said, no, we're a soccer bar. And buddy, I kid you not, there are like two TVs like next to each other, and Rick asked for one of those TVs.
Why in the world?
TVs to be on a football game, and he said, no, we're a soccer bar.
Confirmed North Carolina massive soccer fans for no reason at all. What?
Buddy.
What?
And this restaurant is like
is it North Carolina?
Buddy.
That's what I'm saying,
Dude,
Tom.
this restaurant was right next to the convention where Ric Flair's face is postered up right next to Sting. Literally anywhere you go, you step out of your workplace and you see Ric Flair's face on a poster, and you're going to be like, nah, this is a soccer bar.
Bro, no football for you. You're done.
I had to. No, the New Day heel turn doesn't top that bartender. But your question about Boom Broadcasting, what we are doing is we got to share more stories about what happened this past weekend, not only with Survivor Series, but with WrestleCade, my experience there. So we are doing a schedule change. I'm dropping the Drop the Mic Wrestling podcast tomorrow at 3 p.m. And sorry, Dad, I know you're upset about the New Day. You'll probably be upset about this. We'll do Dad and the boys on Wednesday, okay? We'll still get our son Pop's time in. But I can't wait because Drop the Mic is going to be absolutely fantastic tomorrow. So that's what's going to happen. Quick hits tomorrow at noon. Out of pocket will be a special time. We're kicking it 30 minutes earlier this week. It's going to be 5 to 6. Okay. So if you turn in at 5:30, you've missed half of it. You've missed my top quarter rankings. If you turn in at 6, don't worry, because it'll still be available on demand. But if you want a live comment shout out, just like you are doing right now for the Nightcap, then you'll want to watch Out Pocket live tomorrow, 5 to 6 p.m. And yeah, we'll share some stories tomorrow. I'm excited.
Oh man, I want to share my story about this box of Bootios, but I don't know if the Prez will let me. Will the Prez let me share my story?
I don't even remember the story. Is this appropriate?
All right, so this is a little inappropriate, folks. But so there was a time where me and good brother Jordan, we were going to a wrestling show out here in lovely Phoenix, Arizona, and we had the genius idea to make some certain treats. Make some special treats with with some Bootios. Yeah, we made some Bootio
treats.
Special treats. And we went to Elimination Chamber 2017. And I ate about 3 of these special treats and fell asleep in my seat at the wrestling show. So shout out to Bootios. Shout out to.
They made sure you were.
They make sure you ain't booty. Let me see. There it is. Something light. Something light.
Oh, I buy those at the gas station all the time.
Yeah,
those are like the Fruit Loops.
Yeah, not these ones though. You don't buy at the gas station, good brother.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, go tune in to Mike and Out of Pocket and Drop the Mic tomorrow. Tomorrow, special time, talking about some WrestleCade. I was hoping for a good WrestleCade story, and this exceeded expectations. Shout out to Dommy Fedge. Shout out to Logan James. December, I feel, of WrestleMania 41 season. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth, folks? We're out of here. Go subscribe to Boom Broadcasting, or else I'm sending Drew McIntyre to your house. That's it. Thanks for watching the Nightcap. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.